with my eyes, like me not flinching, seeing like kind of like the fire.
It's like a fire-breathing dragon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's get out here and go get your deer.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? What a view, man. What a view. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and as promised the other day, I said I was going to be bringing the skid steer home and hooking up the swing boom cutter and going to go do a job for a friend of mine. And I don't typically do, I really don't do at all, any jobs for hire with the skid steer. But I've said multiple times, if social media ever fell apart and went away, which I can't see that happening, but if our channel ever fell apart and went away, what would I do for a living? Well, this would have a big part of it, I think. So, got the New Holland skid steer all warmed up. I had to go over to the merch building and pick it up, bring it back home, and I hooked up the swing boom cutter. Now, if you're not familiar with this thing, let me give you a little rundown real quick. So this is basically a brush cutter on the front of my skid steer. It's made by Ironcraft. I've shown it on the channel before. I haven't used it in a couple months since we've been using the mulcher and that big brush cutter. But the way this thing is made, it'll articulate, tilt down forward, and it will swing out to the side. And it's really, really good for trimming branches, overhanging tree branches, brush, right-of-ways, like down the edge of your driveway, pond dams, all kinds of different things. So my buddy has bought some land and is clearing out some areas on it and wants to move a camper in so that they can go down and stay on their property. Not that they're going to live there full time or anything, but just a place, just a getaway. But he can't get his camper in because his new road has tree branches overhanging too far that will catch the camper. So I told him I could bring this down there and we could clean him a lane out real quick. So the only thing I'm a little concerned about is I've never actually loaded the skid steer with this cutter on my trailer. I think there'll be plenty of room, probably leave it tilted up like that, because I don't pull the skid steer all the way forward, obviously, because I want to be over the axles as best I can. But that is sticking out there quite a ways, so wish me luck. Well, it fits, and the skid steer is over the axles, but it's actually a little bit farther back than what I like, because you got to figure you got a lot of weight. That rear of this skid steer's got a lot of weight and counterbalance weight that's back there, and I really like that drive, that center drive right there, to be centered over my axles. So to me, it seems like there's a lot of weight, probably too much weight, to the rear of those axles right now. Now I could unload it and back the skid steer on, but then we're going to be in the same position and have a lot of this hanging off the front. I don't know. I mean, I think it's okay the way it is. It's just not ideal. Okay, so here's what loading it on backwards looks like. And now I've got more weight on this tire here on this axle, but I've also got more weight moved to the truck. And we want some tongue weight here, because with it loaded too heavy to the rear, then that lifts the front of the trailer, which is a bad situation. So I can come back a little bit farther, but I've got to leave that to where it's not overhanging the back of the trailer. So I actually think this is probably the better option, probably the safer option. And I'm probably just going to leave it where it is instead of moving it, towards the rear anymore. I think we're about as good as we're going to get. So I'm going to strap it down there and go do some work. Well, made it up the hill. I always like to stop and check my chains and tires after coming up the hill, because obviously your load can shift on such a big hill. I had somebody the other day griping about the way I had this strapped down. They said that those are not safe to put the chains through, but that's exactly where the manufacturer recommends. Some people run them through the boom, through there, that's hollow, but that's indicates where the chain goes, same as right there. So it's chained down, locked against forward movement, locked against rear movement. And another thing I didn't mention is I'm only going 7 or 8 miles on the back roads, never even really getting on a state highway. So let's go get to work. There's a local church down the road, just right, a mile away from my house, and they have a sign when you pull out of their driveway. It says, "Now entering the mission field," and I really like that sign. It's cool. I don't know, never really thought about it like that until I saw that sign. So anyways, I'm gonna head down the road, quit yakking. Well, I've never been here, but I feel like I'm in the right spot. I have no idea where he's at. He just parked at the road. He's gonna get his camper in here, get an RV in here. I don't know exactly which direction, if he's gonna go that way or up that hill. He's got a pretty decent road in here already though, so I don't know. I guess I'll get unloaded and see if I can get a hold of him and see where he wants me to go. Had to stop what I was doing and get out of his way. He's working on his road while I'm trimming trees for him, and he's just picking up some gravel and stuff off of his own property. So I'm just trying to fix these roads in here a little bit. It's pretty muddy. Some of these places wash out pretty bad. So you can see, hey, look at here. Here's some deer tracks right across. But it is it's a little soft, so he's just trying to get his road in place so that they can bring their camper down through here. The plan is to bring it in tomorrow, so we're trying to trim up everything high enough. We got to go at least 13 feet so he can get his camper through, and all the things. All right, it's time for one of my rants. Not about this. This is working fabulous. About these stupid eastern red cedar trees that you guys know I don't like. But so many people say, oh, they're just perfect. They're beautiful. They make good lumber. They make good cedar chests. You line your closets with them. You do all the things. But this is the kind of habitat eastern red cedar creates. Notice there is absolutely nothing in here for wildlife to eat. Nothing. The deer, turkeys, rabbits, squirrels, absolutely nothing. The ground is all but completely dead. I mean, there is tiny little sprigs of grass, but this stuff just chokes out everything else and takes over an area. So you tell me, would you rather have this that you can't even walk through, wildlife don't use, sucks up water, sucks up nutrients, you know, and takes over the landscape? Because what you're seeing here is almost nothing but cedar trees. Or would you rather have some areas like you've seen even here on this property that are oak forests that have life on the ground, that have all kinds of plants growing underneath them that other, you know, wildlife and things can eat? But these rock hills like this just turn into a barren wasteland. And that's one of the things he's trying to get rid of here. Now they are right now just working on the road to get their camper in. It's a long ways back to the back of this property where he's planning on putting his camper. But we made it all the way back to the end of the trail. It's kind of up on a hill. Anyways, not a great view yet because he still has so many cedar trees. But as you can see, he's been working. He bought a bulldozer just for this purpose. He owns a wrecker service, so they use the dozer for a few other things. And this is a huge work in progress for him, but it's coming along. As you can see, he's got a good road in, but he's got places like this that it's just nothing but mud. So that's why he's hauling that rock, moving it from one place on the property to another, and trying to open up some areas so he can get grass and clovers and all kinds of things to grow to get the deer and the turkeys and all the wildlife food and habitat, more than just dense thick cover that they can't even really get through. We now interrupt this broadcast for deer season. I'm going to park this thing for the day. This thing is cool. This swing boom cutter from Ironcraft is it's a heck of a tool, but I've got a 11-year-old boy at home that's got deer on the brain and wants to go hunting, you know, every day. And I'm fine with that. I am not complaining. So I'm going to leave the skid steer here and head to the house, go do a little hunting, and we'll pick this thing back up tomorrow. Well, today, a little change of game plan. We're going to go on a little doe patrol. We're doing a little doe hunting today. We've got 2 does that we need to harvest for, one for a friend of ours who wants some deer meat for the freezer, and one for my mother-in-law. So Houston's probably going to shoot him a doe for his grandma today.
Yeah.
Be my guess. So we're going to harvest a doe, probably just one today. Still muzzleloader season. If a big buck walks out, a big buck walks out, but we're not going to Mill Creek. We're going to kind of let that place settle. We may go over there tomorrow and Saturday. Both. We got a few days of muzzleloader season left, so I bet you can kill a doe this evening.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to believe. We're already in November, and this is the first time Houston and I have hunted at the house.
Yeah.
The 110 acres at our house is usually like our honey hole.
Like
Mill Creek, the Mill Creek property's been where it's at this year. So we're settled in the blind where Houston killed Limpy Gimpy. We spent hours and hours and hours here last season.
Yeah.
But we snuck in here. There was one little doe in the field, little fawn, all by herself. She just kind of trotted off. We didn't spook her, but we're getting settled in. It's just a little bit after 4 o'clock, and I'm gonna bet we've got does in the field, and less than an hour. So
Yeah.
Brought my coat with me. It's not exactly cold. It's like, I don't know, 55 degrees, but it's gonna get chilly as that sun sets. So probably won't be here at sunset if I had to guess.
No, probably not.
Our first deer just came in. It's a doe with twins and a young buck. There's nothing wrong with shooting that doe. I'd rather wait until maybe one comes out that doesn't have twins with her.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
The fawns are big enough, they'll be okay. They're big enough to survive. They're not nursing on their mom or anything anymore. Don't need to. But we'll give it a few more minutes and see what happens.
that buck is really big. Sarcastically. It is. Looks like it is. It's limping. It looks like his back right foot. Yeah. Back right foot. Oh, crap. Start chasing her.
Yeah. Keep an eye on her so you know which one she is. Okay, ready? What?
Does it look like the bull's running away?
Yep. Definitely is.
How is it?
I can't tell. Hey, just be patient. That little buck's bumping her off. I can still see him.
Try cocking it.
Oh, she took off. If she comes back around, you gotta be ready, okay?
Okay. Is it three? Yes, three.
Oh, this one.
I've seen it.
Where'd he come from? Wish that was a doe. It's kind of weird looking though. Well, that's a decent little buck right there. We've got 4 different bucks in here now, and one hot doe that's causing all this mess. She looked like she was limping. I'm not sure if she was hurt or if she's just tired. She hasn't been back out though. Houston should have got on that doe. That was the one. She come out by herself. Buck bumping her. No fawns with her. Mom wouldn't have been mad at us for shooting one that, didn't have twins with her.
Who cares about what Mom says when we're deer hunting?
I do.
It's not like she needs it.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where he's headed.
She could come back out at any time too.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. That gunshot scared me.
Did you not think I was fixing to shoot?
I knew you were getting ready, but it surprised me.
Were you on it at least?
Yeah, I was on it.
Okay, good. I see it. It's right there. Let's go, baby.
No tracking on that one needed, huh?
No. Let's go.
Well, Houston got him a doe down.
I'm pretty sure the deer's trying to get us. Because the deer just started running at us.
They're confused. They don't know what all that noise was.
Hey, he's coming at us.
Anyways, Houston's first muzzleloader deer ever.
Dude, that is like my favorite gun to ever shoot. That's a fun gun to shoot.
Oh, there's just something different about when that muzzleloader goes off. It's a whole different kind of rifle.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen with my eyes, like me not flinching, seeing like kind of like the fire.
It's like a fire-breathing dragon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, let's get out here and go get your deer.
Yeah.
No tracking necessary on this one, huh?
Nope.
Made a heck of a shot, I bet you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you did. You got a dead deer on the ground.
Yeah. Got me a doe.
Got a doe.
It's a good one, too.
Big old mama doe.
We looked at the shot. I mean, I absolutely drilled her. I'm pretty sure I made a dead center heart shot almost. And we felt of the other side. You obviously can't see the outside, but we could feel the bullet.
Yep. Blew right through both shoulders. We can feel the bullet actually under the skin right there. But either way, congratulations, buddy. Meat in the freezer.
Yeah.
Think you can get her up there?
Yeah.
I don't. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. There you go. Where's your hand? Well, I'm back for day 2. Actually, Lyndall already moved the camper in this morning. He got out here early, and I'm going to go up and look at it. I've got to go past the camper and do some more work. The roads he's wanting to clear out down there obviously don't have to be as big and wide, but you'll understand why he's wanting such a big road through here when you see this camper. He had to, well, maybe not had to, he pulled the thing in with his semi. So it's a big camper. I haven't actually seen it in person yet, but they've got a big camper way back on the back side of this property now. So got that part done. Last night, super successful. Houston got to harvest his first doe. Put a little meat in the freezer. We're actually going to be giving that doe to my my in-laws. They said they wanted one for the freezer, and Houston was much obliged to harvest a doe for that purpose. So I'm going to let the skid steer warm up for just a few minutes, and then we're going to head, it's probably 3/4 of a mile back to where the camper is, and then we're going to start there and work our way back. I've never even been back there, and he's not here, so I'm going off of what he told me, but it's a really cool property other than these evil, hateful trees. Goodness. Well, that's one way of doing it. When you own a wrecker service and a semi, might as well do it right. So they're going to have their camper set up here on the hill. Obviously, you got cedars blocking the view, but once you get over here, kind of, I'm guessing where their camper is going to sit. He's got a nice pad built back here, not real flat spot, but there is a really pretty view kind of up on the hill. So I'm sure he'll get all of this cleaned up and have a better view from their little retreat, home away from home campsite. I don't know. That is quite the camper though. Okay, I gotta check something out, because I've been going uphill for quite a while, and I can see a pretty decent view through the cedar trees. But do you see that? I know cameras don't do elevation justice, but There's got to be a heck of a view up there. And I see a little bit of a 2-track road. Looks like he's taking a side-by-side or something up here. I'm curious. I am not going to drive my skid steer up this, but man, it looks like a heck of a view. Holy moly. I went to the gym this morning. Maybe I shouldn't have. This is like straight uphill. Oh, I'm not even there yet. The view, holy cow. Almost to the top. Dadgum, I'm slowing down. Oh, you mean to tell me he already has a road? Woo! I am out of breath, but you guys aren't going to believe this. I'm up here with the buzzards. Check out this view. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry that I'm breathing so hard. See that tiny little thing way down there? That was quite the climb. Whew. There's the river right there. It snakes around. You can actually see it over there, but isn't that cool? What a view, man. What a view. I mean, it would have the same view on both sides if it wasn't for all the cedar trees. Oh, look, there's this camper. So we're standing on the hill that I told you a while ago, or earlier, when I was at the camper. So, man, he's gonna have a pretty cool view. I don't know how you get a camper all the way up here. We're way back in here. But it would be cool. Talk about a view though, man. Isn't that amazing? All right. Gosh, isn't that amazing? Man. How do you ever see a landscape like this and not believe that God created this world? It's unreal. So basically right now I'm up on top. We're in the Arbuckle Mountains, by the way. That's what this is called. So some of you, they're hills, but we call it the Arbuckle Mountains. And there is a river that flows through here. So this is all river bottom country. And then there's mountains across over there. And they may not be huge, but historically, according to all the scientists that really don't know what they're talking about, this is one of the oldest mountain ranges in America. And I don't believe it. I believe God created it in 7 days, and just like everything else. So, but it's awesome. That is awesome. Now to climb down without breaking my legs. Well, made it home safely with the skid steer. Everything went good as far as I know. Didn't break anything. I'm gonna unload the skid steer and go over everything, and probably use that side boom cutter here in the next couple days. I need to mow our pond dam and do a couple things, but anyways, great couple days. And Houston got to harvest the doe, so got some meat for the freezer. And just if you're in the skid steer world, or you're needing an implement to cut trails and road edges and all of that, you guys saw this this swing boom cutter is pretty cool. It's obviously a little bit different than, you know, our big brush cutter, that big extreme duty brush cutter. Totally different tool. But if you need to be able to swing off to the side or trim up high like I need to do going under my driveway, this thing's hard to beat. And I don't have a lot of experience using it, but figuring it out. And I don't know, it's a cool tool. I know that it is a cool tool. So if you're interested in something like this, I'll leave a link in the description. Ironcraft has all kinds of different tools. This is just one of the many things they sell for skid steers. They got all kinds of implements for tractors and everything else. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day, and as always, we'll see you on the next video.